Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Funny Things That Happen to Real Estate Agents. I'm your host, Sam Staskal, and tonight joining me is Leslie Wright from Arizona. So let's get started. If I can find my stuff. So before I bring Leslie on, I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hey friends, it's Leslie, your Wright agent. Check out this view from your private backyard. We're at one of my new listings in Playa del Rey in Gilbert, Arizona. Backs up to the paddle boat lake. It is absolutely gorgeous. They have a private swimming pool.
Okay, and here she is.
Hi.
Hi, Leslie. So let's just start with a little bit about yourself. So you're in Arizona. Which part of Arizona?
Yeah, Gilbert, which is a suburb of Phoenix.
Okay.
So the Southeast Valley.
Okay. And you've been in real estate for?
I'm in my 5th year of real estate.
Okay. And you and your husband, you said, own your own brokerage?
Yeah, my husband runs a brokerage. He's been doing real estate for like 18 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's been doing it for a long time.
So he's your mentor.
He is definitely my mentor, my coach, my broker, all of the above. Yeah.
Awesome. So you, before you got into real estate, can you tell me what you did?
I worked for United Van Lanes, a moving company, and I was a customer service manager and coordinator, electronics coordinator. I did all things relating to moving tool equipment and homes and people's lives. And then I worked for a school district in the finance department for several years and did marketing. So that's kind of my background. It all ties into real estate.
Right.
And helps me. So
it's all beneficial for what you're doing now.
Definitely.
Yeah, great. So your market there, it's a lot of, I'm in Wisconsin, so there's a lot of snow and it's cold, and your market's total opposite, right?
Right. Yeah. You're scorching hot, especially in May. When you looked at that clip, it was mid-May and it was like 100 and I think 6 degrees or 103 degrees outside. It was hot.
So do you always, when you get a new listing, do you always do what you were doing, like a live video tour?
I try to do a quick little live video tour before I have my professional crew come and take the videos for me and do a really nice video. So I just kind of like to give my clients and friends like dibs. If you want dibs on this house, then contact me. So yeah, I always try to do a quick little tour, but that one didn't go as planned.
So let me just play this next clip and then I'll let you talk about it, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Gate 2. So this is the backyard. Let's take you inside. We wanted to buy a house in here so bad. Oh no, I'm locked out. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to go around the back. Let's see. Well, never fear. We'll just keep going so you get more of the view of the backyard.
I love it. I laugh every time I watch because you're like all calm and cool and collected, and you can see like the flash on your eye, like, oh no.
Yeah.
No.
When I realized my purse is inside, the keys are inside, my real estate key fob to unlock doors is inside, everything's inside. All I have is my phone. And both the gates on this particular home were locked because it accessed water. So for a kid barrier, you have to have locks on it. So I was locked outside in the backyard. And the only way for me to get out would have been jump in that water and swim. That wasn't an option. So my sellers were out of state too, so I couldn't call them because they. So
you can't even get to the neighbor's property.
No,
from there.
I couldn't get to anybody's house because if you looked at it, like I'm seriously just locked in the very backyard, and there's fencing all the way through. So I would have had to jump in the water, and it's not swimmable. You don't swim in that Calvo Lake water. It's reclaimed water. I was just sitting there thinking, oh no. And you can see it in my eyes. And I was doing this Facebook Live, and Of course, it was the most viewers I've ever had in my life. I've never had that many again on a live video.
Really? They didn't tune in for more after that, hoping you'd screw up?
I guess not. I don't know. But yeah, it was really.
I want to play this next clip just because I love the look on your face when you realize exactly how serious this issue is. Okay, so hold tight.
So there you go. Now you know. Oh no, I think I just locked myself out though, because I always lock myself in the house after I'm showing it. Sure enough. Okay, I'm gonna have to call in help. But let's see. Darn it. Who would have thought that the back door was self-locking, and now I am locked outside. But I wouldn't want to be locked outside anywhere else than right here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me try this door again. Nope, I am absolutely locked. Locked. Okay, I'm gonna have to shut down the video because I am locked out and I need to get in.
I think that's great. Yeah. Just that look of panic on your face when you're like walking back there, like, oh no. You know?
Right? I was thinking, I can't jump in that water anywhere. What am I gonna do?
But I just love how, you know, a lot of people, when they're doing lives and stuff and something happens, they don't know how to react to it and how to carry on. So I think you did a great job of keeping it going and like not like panicking. You're like, oh, okay, so I'm going to have to shut this down.
I had like 10 people call me as soon as I ended the video. What can I do to help you?
So how long were you sitting there?
I ended up sitting there for an hour and a half.
Oh, too bad they didn't have an outdoor fridge so you could have a drink and sit poolside.
They did. And the pool was warm and I was dressed. So I was thinking, what am I going to do? I couldn't really, you know, jump in because there's neighbors all around that could see me probably.
Right.
But it was hot and embarrassing and miserable.
And I suppose you had pants on?
Yeah,
like
I had pants on, heels, you know, a blouse, and jewelry, and
to just sit there and sweat.
Yeah, I just sat there at the patio table.
Think about all your life choices.
Those were from in the inside. So yeah, I called my cousin who was related to the sellers, and she had to go to the seller's brother's work to get the key to come and unlock me. Anyway, she saved my life that day. And she brought me a soda, so that made it better. Outside with nothing. I can't scale a 6-foot fence or swim in the water.
So did you have more, like, did you miss like showings and stuff while you were stuck there, or?
Luckily I did not. It was like the last appointment of my day that day, and it was about 4:00 in the afternoon. And so I sat there until about 5:30 when she could come.
And then it was time for a drink, I suppose.
Well, if I drank, that would have been the perfect opportunity. It was. The Dr. Pepper really helped out.
Yeah. That's great. Now, you were talking about another instance that you had at a showing where you fell down the stairs.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not the most graceful agent or person out there. And I was showing homes, and we had gone up the stairs and we were coming back down. And the mother and her little girl were in front of me. And we were coming down, and I slipped on the step and just landed on my tush and slid down and like bumped into her little girl, who then kind of sat on my lap a little bit. And I'm trying to catch her, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. The mom turns around and looks at me like, what are you doing? You're trying to kill me. I mean, I've had some embarrassing moments.
Yeah.
Luckily, most of them my clients didn't see, but yeah, it's not very cool when you fall down the stairs and take your client's little girl with you.
Especially not like your little mishap of getting locked out, to be on live, a live video. You know, it's one thing if you're like, when I do houses walk through, usually, because I've learned my lesson, I don't do it live.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
something always happens. So
yeah, that was not my finest moment. I try to record them now before and not do a live video. So just do a little selfie because I don't want to look myself out again.
Like I'll do a little live of me talking about like my favorite feature or something, but then it's pre-recorded.
Yeah, because I mean, everything I had, my purse was in there, my car keys, everything was in the house, and I had nothing but my phone.
Luckily,
and me outside.
Right. Luckily, you had your phone.
Yeah, because I mean, I can only imagine if I was shooting out the camera, I would have seriously had to swim
across the thing of somebody else's house.
Very high.
Right. I would love to see the security camera footage of that if that ever happens. You come up like a drowned rat trying to get into their backyard. It'd be great.
It was really embarrassing, and so many people laughed. And anyway, it was. Luckily, there were some nice people ready to help me, but I think most people were like, "Whoa."
So how many people ended up seeing your video, do you think?
I think like 386 people saw it that day.
That's great. all because you locked yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then every time I went into the brokerage thereafter, they're like, "Oh, did you get locked out today?" No, but
I just wanted to show you this comment from Casey. She says, "I love how calm you remain in this clip. I would have been a mess."
You can see it in my eyes. Like my mom was like, "Oh, you can see your eyes when you went."
Yeah.
Around, I'm going, "Oh no, what did I just do?"
And that's exactly what you said was, "Oh no." When you're walking around the side of the house, oh no.
Yeah, because the gates were locked. Those gates had padlocks on them, and I didn't know the code. And like I said, my clients were unavailable in a different state. And I'm sitting there going, "Oh no, maybe the only key in the whole place for this house is
inside
the house on the counter with my purse."
So how did you initially get in the house? Was it through the front door, or did you have the combo to come in that gate?
No, I used the electronic lockbox that holds our keys. And so I access that, but I take the key out and I open the door, and then I went inside. And I set all of my marketing material because I had flyers and everything. I had everything.
That you're going to leave there. Yep.
Yeah, we were doing an open house the next day. So I've been talking this listing up, and my video person had already been there. So I'm just doing a real quick, "Hey, here's a live. Check out my new listing. We're going to have an open house tomorrow." And then I just left everything on the counter.
So that kind of, I always ask people, like, what's your rookie mistake? And I'd say that's one heck of a mistake you made. But do you make a copy of all the keys now?
I try to, because we need to have at least 2 keys, or I always tell my client they need to put somewhere out there in case I lock myself out if they're going to be gone.
Yeah, I usually don't make copies of keys either. I usually just put it in my lockbox,
Yeah.
And I think I should probably rethink that, because I've heard of other agents like dropping the only key like through the deck boards.
Right.
There's no way to get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I can access all of the electronic lock boxes in Arizona with my phone. But back then I couldn't. I had a fob thing that I had to use, and I left that in the counter. But I mean, it wouldn't have had the key in there anyway. So
right, I was gonna say it wouldn't have helped you to use your phone because yeah.
So it was just like call. I tried calling my client, they didn't answer, and so luckily my cousin was watching, or I would have been sitting there. I don't know for how long, but
yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story, and I'm sure a lot of agents can relate of getting locked out. I've almost been locked out a couple times, but I've been fortunate. So I definitely am going to take note of this now to always make an extra key for myself, just in case I or another agent loses it. Yeah.
I don't walk out of the house without the key. Like, I carry the key on me, on my person. I don't put it down anywhere.
Yeah. I usually stick it in my pocket. I usually stick it in my pocket. But if you got locked in the backyard, it might not have opened any of those doors anyway.
It might not have. It
Right.
might not have. You're absolutely right.
Right. So don't think that you're safe, that this could
Right,
totally
no.
happen again.
Never let the door shut behind you
Right.
if you haven't tested it.
Right. Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yep. I'm just going to pop you out for a minute here. Okay. So that's it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. We'll be back again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time for another great episode. If you are in real estate and you have a funny story that you'd like to share, please send an email to funnythingsre@gmail.com. Hope to see you next week.